they're flying away, he'll just sort of like he was sprinting, and he'll just sort of like slow down to a jog, and they all look like they're flying away,
Carnage
right?
has ended.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my hammock, and he's just gonna sprint back over to his hammock.
You don't want one?
That's dumb. Fuck.
I'm
You don't-
good. I don't really want that. I'm never gonna use a Wingle because Pelipper's weird, and I don't want to give Acacia 3 Wingle.
But imagine giving Acacia 3 Wingles.
I think
And how
2
funny that would
Wingle
be.
will be satisfactory enough for both of you. Solution, not the problem.
I mean, there's still more. We could still send her 3 or send them 3.
Right.
Might not be one from each of
We
us
can
now.
catch more.
Well,
I'll just
Sorry.
put it under Milo's name.
Oh, yeah.
it will... Okay, last Wingle, last wisdom check to see if it'll stay in attack or if it'll... Nope, that's a 17. It's just like, fuck this, I'm getting out of dodge, so it will go ahead and leave.
We try to convince it to stay.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage. How are you convincing it to stay?
We'll get you more sandwich.
Got more bread where that came from.
Nah.
I have some tasty berry jam with your name on it.
As you say that, you see the Wingle turn around, look at you, and just kind of spread its wings and take off. It is not interested. Well, yep. Yep.
It's caught a couple Wingle.
Sheila could use water gun if it doesn't get out of 40-foot range before it's her turn.
That's true. However, it is in the air. Well, I think they're probably... The one that rolled well enough is just gonna dash. So it will be 60 feet away. The other ones took an attack and then ran.
Right, that one attacked, so that maybe that one's not
That's
too far
true.
away.
That's true. She can take a last attack,
Okay.
for posterity's sake.
Maybe to try to bait it to come back. Water gun! Not, god damn it, Sheila.
Can we just Pokeballs at it? If it's how far do you have to be to be able to throw a Pokeball?
I think you have to be within 60 feet, and this one's already out of range on its turn. I mean, you could probably try one last time, although I'm kind of scared, so I'm kind of gonna say no. You've got Wingle. You've got enough Wingle, you guys.
No,
You're as
more
afraid
Wingle.
of how Acacia's gonna react as I am.
I'm taking away your Wingle because... Wow. Hold on. I gotta make some Wingle duplicates. For you guys.
Did we catch any of the ones that were higher level?
You did. One of you did.
Ooh.
Ah, give me the Wingle! Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to open up the Wingle. Oh, it's right here, that's why. It's like, why is it not opening? It is opening.
Well, 2 red, 2 discrete Wingles.
Yep. 2 discrete Wingles. Just 2 discrete Wingles. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete these little icons for now, because I gotta get you to Wingle. How would you like to distinguish the Wingle? Is it just gonna be Wingle 1 and Wingle 2, or...?
I mean, I gotta think of a nickname.
A nickname for the Wingle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate the Wingle again. Save. Copy of Wingle. Okay, V, you actually caught the one that was a little bit of a higher level.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm gonna just call it V's Wingle for now.
Mhm.
And then Kid's Wingle, which is another Wingle. And I already pre-rolled stuff for these guys, so that'll help a little bit.
Mine's name is Golf.
Golf. Okay.
Oh. Why?
Why not?
I guess that's fair.
Don't ask why.
I mean, like, I don't question why you caught them. Because, I mean, that makes sense. You're Pokemon trainers, and you guys... But
Oh, goodbye,
just...
kid.
It seems a convoluted way to go about,
I mean, look, all we were trying to do in the beginning was just like catch one because it would be funny, like hold up bread and it swoops down and we catch it like haha and let it go. But
Yeah,
then
I didn't
I got
expect that
attacked
to
by
even
like
be
five,
possible. Yeah. It was...
and then they punched or pecked and hit me and Kid in the face, and it really hurt.
Yeah, well, you had food, and they wanted food.
They could have asked. Could have been like, yeah, cool, Wingle, and thrown it up in the air and done cool tricks, but they decided violence was the answer.
Violence is always the answer.
Always.
Bird violence.
Endless bird.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I need to
You're
adjust
good.
your Wingle.
I'm gonna wait for Kid to come back anyways, and I'm just
Oh yeah, did Kid
Fine.
have to leave because of a thing, or?
yeah,
Phone call.
just
Phone
for a
call?
minute. He had a phone call.
Alright. Well, V, your Wingle is clumsy, and it is a boy. For once. God, oh,
I
you know
have
what?
another male Pokemon.
Yep. Ah, why is it 9,000 experience out of 800?
Hell yeah,
That's not what I
9,000.
want. There we go, okay. So here's your Wingle. It is level 2. Hey, kid.
We'll go back.
Okay. There we go. I'm sorry, V and Kid, can you both roll me 1d4 to decide what your Wingle's abilities are?
Yes.
Ooh, they're different. Hell yeah.
Who got odd and who got even?
Even for V and
Okay.
odd for Earth.
Okay.
Or Kid.
Okay. So this is V's Wingle. So let me just really quickly drop that into your thing. The Wingle did not take any damage, which I think is hilarious. Okay.
Nah, that's because Sheila apparently cannot hit Worth a damn.
Yep.
Which is good to know, I suppose. I feel bad, but I kind of almost want to switch her out. Not because of that, but
She's
just because
doing
the
her
Wingle is
best.
stronger. I know. It's not because of that, it's just because the Wingle is stronger. But I feel really bad about it, so we'll see.
She will be stronger someday.
Sure.
Okay. Kid, how would you like to name your Wingle, or should I just leave it as Wingle? I'll just leave it as Wingle since you're...
Wingle.
Alright. Okay, so it's experience, let's see. And your Wingle is also, I believe it is also male.
Oh, hey, first male Pokemon kids caught.
Yeah,
Right?
first male Pokemon. It has a hasty nature.
That makes sense.
It was not hasty enough to escape your grasp, however.
Nope.
Nothing escapes Kid's grasp. Alright. And yours is, you rolled a, sorry, Kid rolled a odd, right?
Odd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. And hasty nature means plus dex minus con. Okay. Bad news for... okay. Bad news for HP, but that's pretty good. Dex is a great mod for a Wingle. Alright. Kid, where are you? Kid. There we go. Alright, let me know if you guys see and if everything looks correct. Because I should have assigned them to you. Alright. Well, Milo's back in the hammock.
Yep. He's just enjoying his relaxing day and watching the clouds for a little bit this afternoon while he lets his stomach settle from big lunch.
Yep. Golf. Yep. There we go. All right. Let me know if you guys want to roll any hit dice, I guess.
Ow.
You guys okay? That looked dangerous.
I
That
don't
didn't
think V's as
go-
good at grabbing without instigating as I thought.
Hey. I did what you said. You said hold up the bread and like a wingle will come and snatch it and then you grab the wingle. That the fact that 5 of them showed up was not my fault.
You got him so angry so fast.
They
I
were
didn't
really-
do anything. I just had the bread. They just
Is
they
He's already
came-
applying a couple new band-aids to like his shins where a couple of them pecked him at ankle level.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
just came out angry. So angry.
So angry.
But grab him. I told you could grab him.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to actually work, but he actually just like takes Wingle's Golf's new Pokeball and holds it out in his hands and is just like, and then he'll release him real quick.
Okay. Now, I will say the circumstances of the capture here, being
Yeah, that's why he kind of wants to see if we can smooth things over real quick.
being as they are, I would say at this point this Wingle is probably like disloyal. Well, maybe upset, maybe not indifferent. Hold on. Ah, it's so big.
Big ol'.
Big ol'.
Yeah, he lets him out and just like holds up 2 hands, just like, all right, hey, hold on.
It immediately
don't be
opens
mad.
its
Please don't
mouth
hurt me.
and begins to be like,
Hold on. Give me a second.
ah.
That was for your own good. I can give you more bread if I had some at this current second, and I should have thought about that maybe. But just chill. Hold on. Please don't peck me in the face.
It actually kind of settles down from this and is just kind of like considering you now. This seems to have gotten its attention.
Just want to make sure you were okay, because I guess you probably didn't enjoy getting, grabbed out of the air, even though it was funny.
Kind of considers you a little bit, opens its mouth again, but it's just silent this time. Almost like a little baby bird that's like, yes, put the bread in here.
Oh, shit. Hold on. And he just like runs back to the house.
Okay. The Wingle, like without taking off, like hops after you like birds do.
Yep. Just come on, we're gonna go get some bread. He just like cracks the door open, just D, I need some bread. Oh my god.
What?
that
Yeah,
was
I'm
a
awake. I'm
mistake.
awake. What?
Can I have some bread?
Sure.
But
yeah.
maybe like actually hold on, maybe I should feed him inside the house and not outside the house, because holy shit, that was a mistake.
What happened
so
here?
many Wingle.
I had the strangest dream. So
Very gently like reaches down and picks up Wingle.
it
Just, like,
side
cupping
eyes
underneath.
you, but it allows it to happen.
Just very carefully like backs into the door and then turns around. I need more bread for the bird. There
Oh,
were so many birds.
what did you do?
Nothing.
I'm sure. Goodness. Things don't change, do they? Alright, give me a second. She gets up off of the chair that she was dozing in, and goes over to get some bread. The Wingle very quickly warms up to this, because once it sees like an entire loaf of bread, it begins to flap its wings excitedly.
Wait, no, you can't. You can't have the whole thing. That's real bad for you. Just a little bit. Please.
While you're feeding it.
Please.
Roll a persuasion check.
You're gonna get fat and or something bad will happen because bread's not good for birds. Persuasion, you said?
Yep. Okay. You manage to convince it that maybe this is not the best idea that it's ever had.
Just a little bit.
But still, Milo and Kid both hear from inside the house excited Wingle noises, and you presume something is happening. Kid, what are you doing all the meanwhile?
He's just hanging out with Sheila since apparently he was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave my Pokemon hanging out. But it's rough.
He forgets about them sometimes.
Sheila
He's
looks...
just sitting cross-legged with her.
Sheila looks a little bit disappointed in herself. She did not manage to do a lot.
Aw.
He'll give her a pat on the shell. Just you can't win them all. Yeah. You win some, you lose some. And he kind of gestures to the new bandages he's got. It happens.
Alright. Milo, I'm presuming you're deep in the nap.
Yeah, he's probably hammocking pretty hard. I honestly, I just can't think of anything right.
Okay.
He's just trying to kill time, really,
fair.
until the other trainers can show up at Cinnabar. So that was the whole purpose of this little like siesta day.
Okay.
And he saw a hammock and was like, "I'm just gonna sleep in that."
Alright. Well, slowly the water will continue to go down. I would say in about an hour. It will be low enough for you guys to venture into the cave if you so desire. However, at that time, because you guys got here a little bit, like just after noon, it'll be about, I'd say about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. But did you guys want to take a little break?
Sure.
In that, could we have a short rest in the meantime? Because
Yeah.
I got a little banged up.
A break
little
in
bit.
game as well.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, break in game as well.
God, you guys, why you just keep antagonizing the Pokemon? You're supposed to use your Pokemon.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's also very fun to watch and remain relatively indifferent to.
Yeah. After a couple minutes, V comes back out with Wingull, who hopefully looks a little bit happier that he got a little bit of bread.
Yep.
And just like sits next to Kid, like, oh god, ow.
That's, yeah.
And Gulf and Sheila can play together,
Alright.
or at least like say hi.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Yes. Well, if you'd like, after the short rest, the hour passes. Milo gets his nap, finally, in relative peace. Maybe Sheila stops looking so miserable.
He comes back and like pats her on the shell, and then like tries to make them play nice to each other with each other.
The Wingull probably goes to sleep because it has had more bread than it ever expected to have.
So much bread.
It won the lottery. But yeah, you guys are looking towards this little tide pool here, and you notice that the water has gone down quite a bit, and it looks like you could probably walk into the cave now. The water will still be, approximately up to your knees or your waist, but Milo, you think based on your previous observations that that little hole that has the rope down it should probably be, able to be accessed.
Well, then I say we go for it, but we are gonna be kind of going through the waters, so maybe we should bring our packs just to have our stuff, but try to keep them above the water, and I guess take our shoes and roll our pants up. Well, I can roll my shorts, no problem. But looks down
guess
at
I'm just
V's
gonna
long jeans.
Leave my. Well, he's not actually wearing pants because he left
Oh,
them
that's
to
true.
dry. So I guess Just gonna leave those there and go without pants?
If you're okay with that,
I guess.
your call, buddy.
I
Milo's just
don't
gonna
know.
roll his shorts up a little bit and take his shoes off and like put his shoes in his bag and
Do you think these backpacks are waterproof?
no.
Okay.
Just
I-
outright.
I plan on holding mine up above my head.
V, I
What
will
if
say.
it gets to the point?
Sorry, I
Yes.
will interrupt a little bit to say that V, your pants are probably dry at this point.
They are, but if I put them on and then we go wading in the water, they will not be.
That is true.
So he probably just like leaves his pants and shoes and socks drying because
Okay.
why bother, I guess, to get them wet again.
Why bother?
But I guess he'll take just a couple things from his bag because I don't know if I want to take the whole bag and get everything all wet.
Sure. What are you taking?
Let's see. Like maybe like one Pokeball, his pocket knife, his rebreather, I guess that's it, really. I don't think anything else would go very well in the water.
Milo will.
How am I
as he's
supposed to take my
kinda-
phone?
Oh, I was gonna, like I said, put all of my stuff in my bag, and I would just hold my bag up above the water. As long as it doesn't get too deep, and if the tide's out enough, it shouldn't, then we should be okay.
Do you think that Dee has like a plastic baggie that I could put it in?
That's actually a
That's
good idea.
waterproof?
She probably would in the house, yeah. Let's go ask.
I'm gonna recall Sheila and Gulf. I guess I will take all my Pokemon too. But those will just be on my belt. Well, I'm not wearing my belt because I'm not wearing pants.
You're not wearing pants. See,
Well,
here, these are the problems that I've been dealing with Cray in Strahd. Is like the simple things, like I don't have
They're not my
pants. What do I do without pants? They're so fundamental. I take them for granted.
Ooh, we never think about how much pants do for us. Okay. But yeah, I would say that you come back into the house, wake Dee up again, because, you know...
We're
Yep.
we're
It's fine.
teenagers. It's fine.
It's
we
fine.
we have
Yep.
we have an excuse. We're rascals.
I mean, it's not like she's not used to it.
Yeah.
But you go in and she goes, a waterproof, a bag. Well, I have some Ziploc baggies if you'd like.
Oh, Ziplock's a thing here. Okay, cool.
yeah. That would work well enough. Just need it for my phone.
Oh, all right. It should be in the kitchen, dear. You can go ahead and rummage around in there.
Alright.
Get a few big
Do I-
ones if you can find them.
Yeah, get a couple for the gang.
Yeah, he'll try to find some like bigger ones or just
Okay.
whatever size that they have.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check for funsies. make
And
make
I
the
offer
rummage.
the help action in these trying times.
Would you like to also go into the house and rummage?
Yes. Yes, with Riolu on my shoulders.
Yeah. Okay.
17.
You go through the bottom drawers of the little kitchen area, and you do find some Ziploc bags. You also find, interestingly enough, some glasses. Like, they look not like beer steins, but they look like fancy glasses that have been gifted because they are kind of in a box, but you're like, oh, that's interesting. You kind of pull one out just because you're curious. And you see that a name has been laser cut into them, and it says Oak.
That's weird.
What's up? What'd you find?
He just like sits down on the ground with the box in his lap and kind of just like holds one up to you.
Kind of like looks around. Is your dad's? Doesn't really
Oh.
seem his style, does it?
No, I don't think you. Guess I wouldn't know, but I don't think I could imagine him being caught dead out on the beach in the
No,
middle of nowhere without any people around.
no. That doesn't track from what you've told me, so what does it mean?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they just like trees. Could be a
Maybe.
coincidence, right?
I mean, it could be a coincidence. You're not wrong. These things, they do happen. In this case, I don't think so. But, I mean, you could ask Dee. I think if you wake her up again, she's gonna break that over your head, though.
Well, she
No,
seemed
I don't
happy
think she
enough
would
to
do
get up
that.
again.
Yeah.
I guess.
Keep waking her up.
Yeah, he'll he'll get up and poke his head back into the living room. And just, Dee, are you asleep again?
What? No, I'm awake. I'm awake, dear. Well, what?
You sure?
Yeah?
What? Why? Why? And he holds up one of the glasses that has oak on it.
She kind of rubs some hair out of her face and squints. You think that she's probably one of those old people who doesn't need glasses, but she still goes through the motions. And she kind of squints out and she goes, "Oh, yeah, that's your grandfather got that as a gift. I think I don't think I gave that to him. I think it was somebody else."
So this was his house?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And she kind of gets up again. She keeps on kind of nodding off, but she goes, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sam, Sam used to spend a lot of time here. I mean, Professor Sam. Yeah. He used to, just like to get away for a while, and this was close enough to Pallet, so he would spend some days here. It's good for the achy bones, when you get up in the age. Sorry I didn't tell you.
Sam?
I kind of thought maybe you would know, but if you didn't, I didn't want to, overstep.
I mean, I guess I didn't really know him that well, if at all.
She kind of rubs her nose awkwardly and she goes, "Him and your father never got along either, so I know that Gary's been out here a couple of times. He was actually the one that climbed into the cave the first and,
Really?
explored that, but..."
Huh. Did he like the beach? I can't really, picture that in my head.
Well,
Does he do things for fun?
she kind of laughs at that and she goes, the jury's still out on that one, but yeah, I think he liked it. He liked being away from all the people for sure, but I think after the strange relationship that they had as grandson and grandchild, it was a little bit odd to spend time here together, so he mostly just kind of came here on his own. He liked being alone with his Pokemon and just kind of exploring, but he got busy, I guess.
Yeah. He was always busy.
She looks a little bit uncomfortable, like she's about to say something, but then she stops herself and she goes, "Yes, I suppose that's true enough Yes, I suppose that's true enough."
I mean, cool, I guess. Yeah, the only things I've heard were that he was a professor and like the best one, I guess. But
he was a good professor, all right. I used to work for him back in the day, a little bit when I was younger, and he was, well, a little younger. But as for the rest of it, I don't know. Probably best to ask your father when you have that chance.
right.
I suppose I should apologize. I know I kind of am springing this on you, and you're springing this on me. I did recognize you back in Pallet when you know, came up, and Acacia did mention that it was you, so I figured,
No.
yeah.
I mean, all right.
Well, have fun in the cave, dear.
Okay.
And she lays
I mean, are
back
you
down
doing
in the
this-
chair and like closes
Are
her
you-
eyes.
No, stop.
Okay, what is it?
I was just that. Are you helping us because you know me, or
Well, no, I'm helping you because I like you, dear. But I do feel a little bit responsible, given that I know that Gary's not been exactly. Well, oh boy, this is not. I'm not really cut out for this.
let's just go with not everything, and I understand. Yep.
That's a good. Yep, that's a good way of putting it.
Mhm.
I didn't only help you because I used to work for your great grandfather. I helped you because I wanted to, but also, we're not family, but I feel a little bit like I should keep an eye on you, and I still give rides to just about anyone. Just happened to be you this time.
Alright, that's fair.
Well, have fun in your cave, kids.
Yeah. Actually, can I look around a little bit? Do you care, I guess?
I don't think so. I mean, I take care of this place since Gary said that it's probably going to be weird coming back. So, yeah, it's basically yours.
Alright. I'm just gonna... Just real quick, and then we're gonna go to the cave. Hold on, Milo.
You like Milo's been listening this whole thing from the kitchen, and as V leaves the room or goes off to wherever he's going to investigate, I'm not sure what you were planning to do.
He's just gonna wander around the house and like see if there's, because like I don't even think he ever met his great grandfather, because I don't know if he died before he was born or if they
I think you probably met him, but you were too young to remember it realistically.
Yeah. But he kind of just wants to like look around and see if there's something that shows who he used to be.
Okay. Roll me an investigation. Okay.
16.
It's not that there's a lot here. It looks like it really was a timeshare. It was a cabin, so it's not like there's a lot of things. But you do find, now that you're beginning to notice that small things, like you begin to open drawers, and there are a lot of books that seem to have been kept here that are just a reading that would probably benefit a professor. There's a couple of volumes even written by Professor Oak. Although they're not displayed or anything overtly. There's also, you discover after a while, a sketchbook that looks to be pretty old.
Just flip through it real quick.
Okay. There's a couple of sketches. They're all pretty interesting. There's several Pokemon in there, most of which, like, you recognize quite a few of them because they are Kanto natives. There is one that kind of catches you off guard because you've never seen it before. Like, most of them are actually starters, ironically. You gather that Oak probably spent a lot of his time with the traditional Kanto starters. So there's like, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, etc. There's a really nice sketch of a Charizard. there's also a sketch of what looks to be a very, very angry Pikachu. That is like, it's kind of almost pictured in the corner of the lab. You can see that it was drawn from life, and it's just this Pikachu. And you know the meme where it's like, "Don't talk to me, I angy." It's like that.
Angichu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also a weird Pokemon that you don't recognize. That is, I don't even know how to describe it without describing it outright. It's weird and waif-like, and it has an almost ethereal nature to it. But
Weird big head.
Yep, weird big head. There's also, actually no, that sketch wouldn't be in there. But yeah, it seems
Are
weirdly
there
detailed.
are there any like empty pages in the back?
There are, yeah. It's not all filled out to the brim.
He just closes it and he'll tuck it under his arm.
Okay. There's not
Look
a
around
lot
for
of
like
yeah. There's not a lot of rooms in this house, so Dee probably kind of watches you out of the corner of her eye, and she goes, "Careful with that. There's a lot of old things here."
not including yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm keeping young. Don't you? Nope. Ugh, kids.
Yeah. Do you think he has a pair of like swim trunks around here so that I don't have to put my pants back on, but that I can have pants? He kind of just like starts rummaging through like the drawers.
You do find a couple of swim trunks, actually. There's a couple of black swim trunks with like yellow lines around them. And she kind of glances at you and she goes, "Oh yeah, those were your father's. You could probably fit into them."
Wow.
I can sense the dilemma from here.
I don't think Discord picked up the heavy sigh I made. But...
No, but I felt it in the universe. It was great.
He just like grumbles a lot before just like pulling them on. Don't want to get my freaking pants wet, but I need pockets.
You do need pockets, yes.
Great. Well, these are mine now. They never belonged to him. And he's never getting them back.
Dee elects not to comment. She's pretending to sleep.
But if that's it for interesting things, then he'll eventually go back to the kitchen and see if Milo's still there. Or if he left.
He would have gone out after you started to rummage through things. He ran in, gave Dee like a little hug before she fell back asleep, and just gave her a little thank you, and then ran out to go get Milo because he listened to all of what she said.
She just kind of pats your back and goes, "No, of course, dear. Of course. You take care."
He kind of pats Lou because he's been just chilling on. He's been riding on his back this whole time.
Yeah.
But then I'll go get Kid and see what he thinks we should do or what he's been up to, because looks like V's gonna be at that for a minute.
Yeah, you guys have like probably like half an hour before
I mean, yeah,
he comes back out.
I guess what's Kid doing while he's waiting?
He was just hanging out at the edge of the water. He might have waited out just to see if there's anything else out in it. But it's just killing time, giving them time to do whatever it was they went in for.
Eventually, Milo will run up, probably after about like, I don't know, we were only in there like 5 or 10 minutes before you got interested in other things, but Milo run up. All right, well, looks like we'll be here for a little bit longer before we go into the cave. V just found out that this place was, I guess, part of his family? I don't know. I didn't track all of it. I think it was the professor that was part of Pallet a long time ago. I think this was his house or something like that, somewhere he stayed. But V's looking around, just getting a feel for the place. Find anything fun?
Gotcha. Nah, just hanging out,
Word.
seeing if there was anything else running around. We saw the Shellos, but hadn't seen too many more things. But with the tide coming in and out, it'd be crazy for there not to be more stuff running around, you know?
It's a fair assumption. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, I'll just chill here until V finishes up and hang out with Kid and see if we see anything while we're out here. Just wait.
Okay. Sounds good. Eventually, I guess after about 30 minutes, you said, V?
Yeah.
You come back.
He comes back and he's got a pair of like black swim shorts on and like a small book under his arm.
You found trunks. Okay, that works. Definitely better than
Yeah.
just going in your boxers. That'd probably be
Right.
a little bit more comfortable too.
Yeah. And they have pockets. So I can at least put a couple things in them.
Excuse me.
Do you think our backpacks would be safe like just out here, or should we leave them in the house? Or should I leave mine in the house, I guess, since you're apparently gonna take yours with and hope that we don't have to go in underwater?
Yeah, I mean, we might have to go underwater, and mine has all the food in it. I should probably leave mine here. Why don't we? I'll run mine back to the house and leave it there. We'll get the Ziplocs and bring our phones. And
Okay.
We'll at least have the phones in like our pockets, and we can go from there.
Yeah.
Another
So
5 minutes, and we're good to go.
Yeah, I'll take an extra Pokeball, pocket knife, rebreather, and then like Sheila's Pokeball, and that's it.
Okay. You're not taking any of your other Pokemon? Just Sheila?
No. He figures that if we're gonna be in water or underwater, really the only one who might be comfortable with that is Sheila.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm bringing everyone because all
the other
mine are
ones-
equally bad.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the other ones
Yeah.
in my backpack, and I put the sketchbook in there, and I'll leave the backpack in the house.
Okay. How about Kid? What are you bringing?
Kid's definitely bringing all his Pokemon.
Okay.
But his bag doesn't really have anything in it that water's gonna really bother.
All right.
He'll grab one of the Ziploc bags just to put his phone in his backpack, you know. But otherwise, he's just gonna keep his above the water.
All right. Sounds good. In which case, yeah, you guys slowly sort all of that out and begin to head towards the cave. I'm guessing roll up your shorts.
Yep.
And wait out. At first, I guess you're wading through water that is up to your waist. It's a little bit colder in the cavern and darker. The sound of the tide is a little muffled. It's actually replaced by an echo earring of stone. A little bit eerie. But there's some seaweed in here as well. Kind of tickles your legs a little bit. So, you know. Probably not super comfortable. But yeah, at first, just like Milo had originally discovered, it appears that this cavern has no exit. But as you search about, you do see once again that strip of faded yellow cloth that is attached to like a piece of metal that's been hammered into the rock, and you do see the rope that drops into seemingly nothing. Now, when you expect closer, you see that higher above the water line, or at least the current water line, hidden in the jagged stones that kind of line all over this cave, there is a hole that descends almost directly downwards, like a natural well. It's too dark to see the bottom of it, but the rope that runs, presumably, the length of it seems to indicate that it is traversable, just like Milo guessed. There's some knots tied into the rope at even intervals, perhaps to make climbing down easier, since the sides of the wall here are very slippery, but you do have that at your disposal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just keep a hold of the ropes. And I'm sorry. Does it go like completely submerged, or we have to go underwater now?
So here's the thing. The rope doesn't descend underwater. Weirdly enough, like, there's a hole there, but you don't think that there's water in the well. It just seems to be that that part is blocked off when the water is usually, too high. But you can actually go in deeper.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess just keep a hold of the rope and follow it and try to
Don't
stay close. If
fall and
something
die,
jumps
I
at you,
guess.
yeah, don't die. That'd be bad.
All right.
Probably, yes.
Worse
That
to
would
live
be.
by.
Yeah. Nothing we can do about that in this. So don't do it.
All right. Um.
We
So
got
just
the revive. One of us dies. We can revive them. Easy.
For some people,
Sure,
right?
that'll work.
Yep. So the way to kind of picture this is that it's kind of like what happens when you climb down into the hole is it's kind of like a gooseneck. So there's some water, but like it clearly has some sort of air pressure thing where it keeps the water out of the passage itself. So especially when the tide is low and it's not overflowing. So essentially you climb down the rope. I would say, well, if you have athletics, go ahead and everybody make me an athletics check with advantage. Because you are using a rope, so there's not, But it is completely dark. I will say this.
I have a flashlight,
Okay.
and I think V has a lantern.
Okay.
I have a
I'll
lantern,
you.
but I didn't bring it.
You didn't
Okay.
bring that.
Sounds good.
Kid, did you have a flashlight as well?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I've got a flashlight.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So you have 2 flashlights between you. V doesn't have a light, but that's okay. You are casting your lights on all over the place, essentially. Okay, so we have 12. Milo, you are probably... Well, I'll let you... It's up to you, but are you leading this charge by chance?
I figured I would be,
Okay.
but if anybody
Probably.
else wants to take that leadership from me, that's fine.
Nah.
I will say this makes sense then because Milo, as you are climbing down, you're the first one, so you are the one that ends up kind of bumping into the most things. It's nothing that you take damage from, but as you're climbing down, your shoulder will hit a rock and you're like, oh, this part's a little bit narrower,
Yeah, just out here. Watch out.
No. You descend into essentially darkness, and eventually the sound of the waves just completely dies away somewhere above you, and it is eerie. And then it flattens out a little bit. You eventually feel that your feet hit a floor, a sandy stone bottom, and you sweep your light around and you see that this tunnel, the rope itself ends, and it just kind of is dropped right at your feet. And then there is like a cavern, a natural cavern that continues in a horizontal path. And it actually goes a little ways up.
All right. I guess we'll head into the cavern. Yeah. Okay.
You don't
Into
tell
the spooky cave.
to hear yourself,
Yeah.
Chief.
I mean, you brought up a good point earlier with the whole, underwater cave splunking. It's something I've never done before, so I've never done this before either. Just wanted to make sure we're
I'm
all
sure it's
on the
fine.
same page on that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and just.
Mhm.
This is where it's leading.
Okay.
Let's explore.
Nice. So you slowly begin to come back up. Now, the tide's gone out, so although it is dry here, you know that there's sometimes water in this cavern. But you begin to head out, and eventually your light begins to shine a little bit further, and you realize that you are now at the mouth of a cave.
I have a light.
You do. And you guys, one by one, begin to slowly emerge into what seems to be a slightly more open area of a cave.
Okay.
And the sign that
Now,
says
see,
danger
this I can
immediately
envision.
to us.
Yeah, right? Definitely not ominous, but cool.
It does seem to be like a handwritten sign that somebody wrote that's like, don't do this, it's stupid, but, you know, we're ignoring
Gary was here, Ash is a loser.
that. Yep, that's exactly what it says. It's probably, more likely it's a sign that literally just says, don't.
Don't.
Oh no, we've lost.
All right.
Another phone call.
We've lost.
They're really calling him a lot
They really are, yeah.
for having COVID.
No kidding.
There we go.
All right, you release Lou.
I release Lou.
Okay.
He never really like.
Just,
He just sort of rode on my back the whole time. He's just been piggyback.
Okay. I will say at one point you would have probably had to go on your head because it was that narrow, but
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
otherwise he would be getting scratched. Like, it's possible for an adult to pass through this cave, but it just becomes uncomfortable if you're...
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd have to suck in the gut.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man. Oh no.
Just in case he ever comes back.
Lose on the lower level. No.
He carves into the side. Where do you carve? Like above it? Gary sucks.
Just like down in the bottom corner of the sign.
Okay.
It's a really good way to dull out your pocket knifey.
I
Okay.
don't know what you're talking about. It's fine.
All right. So you begin to... Now, the thing is, this cave, I kind of widened it out to make it easier for you guys to move around, but it is still relatively narrow, so you see that there is a passage this way and another passage this way that you could potentially go down.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Left or right? Down, right,
Down.
straight ahead, left. Okay. This way.
Okay.
We'll head this way.
All right. You slowly begin to head down. There is a constant sound of dripping water. Here you go. Here's Oddish for you. Oh no! Don't go
Oh,
into
oh,
it.
No,
Don't
I was trying to move to be able to see where it was, but I could put Oddish with me.
Don't go into the cave walls. That's illegal.
Into the cave wall.
No. But yeah, you slowly begin to go into the caves. Go ahead and everybody roll me a perception check just for funsies as you're slowly exploring.
I'm also on the lookout for sand shrew because we are in some sort of underground cave, and they sometimes hang out here. I know it's not likely with the whole,
Well,
flooding
water.
bit, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't supposed
Ever
to be
since-
disadvantage, but
Ever
20 was
since-
first.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Right, where's my perception? 14.
All right. You notice that this natural cavern probably has some fungi growing in it. It's interesting, actually. There's some mushrooms that you're beginning to notice, like small fungal growths on the wall, and you get the sense that this has a lot of moisture, enough moisture to support some sort of life. Earth, you're walking around, you do notice actually some Pokemon footprints every once in a while. The sand on the bottom here, it's like partial sand, partial rock, because every once in a while you get the sense that this cave floods. So there's portions where you're walking on damp rock and portions where you're actually leaving footprints, and you do notice some little footprints from Pokemon here and there. Milo, I guess... Since you're up in front, what could I tell you about this that would be beneficial of your check? You don't get the sense that anybody's been here for a while, but I guess that's kind of obvious.
Okay. Alright, well, as the passageway gets narrow, he'll kind of let Lou down off his back and have Lou move ahead about, 5 feet or whatever as he pushes through, just in case there's something on the other side.
Mhm.
That way he can fight it when Milo's,
Sure.
not getting attacked. And that way, he's not having to squish on his back and stuff. But we'll push through and just keep exploring.
All right.
I just don't know how far to move ahead before stopping.
No, you're fine. You guys essentially just continue. Continue along the path, as it were.
Okay. It kind of opens up down here, guys. Well, there's like a big, I don't know, what is it? Like, it's a pillar. I want to say there's a specific name for it that it gets made when it's a stalagmite and a stalactite hit each other. That's what it looks like I'm looking at right here.
A rock.
As you're passing by, you notice that some of the fungus here is slowly. You kind of brush past it. Roll me a dexterity check really quick.
Oh
no.
god, I'm gonna eat my mushrooms.
You're gonna get eaten by mushrooms.
11.
11. Okay. As you pass by, one of your shoulders hits one of the fungus that is growing along the walls, and it lets out a puff of spores. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Also 11.
An 11. Okay.
Mhm.
You kind of inhale really quickly because you're a little bit startled, and you begin to feel yourself get a little woozy. You don't
Ugh.
feel super well. It's kind of difficult to move your body for a little while.
Okay.
I'm fine. He just kind of
Drink
like
some water.
staggers forward a little bit.
Okay.
Watch out for mushroom.
Okay. Did that make sense to you?
Not really.
I guess watch out for mushroom. And then he'll follow through. He'll let Lou kind of go through first, and then he'll follow through.
Okay. Go ahead and have Lou save me, or not, sorry. Roll me a dexterity check, and then yourself as well.
All right. Saving throw?
Nope, just the dexterity check at first.
That's a 3.
Okay. Lou has to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a 10.
Nice. Lou is essentially suffering
great.
the effects of what is a stun spore.
Ah.
He is mildly paralyzed.
Ah.
As is technically V, but,
Yep.
you know.
Kind of like leans against the rock on the side and like stops moving for a little bit.
Yep.
Oh boy. Alright. As he kind of staggers through the other side into the opening, Milo will try to get through, and that's an 18.
Okay, yeah. You make it past without any problems.
Oh, buddy, you okay? Here.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh,
you're
I
talking
was-
to your real.
How you doing, B? You okay? He's like going through. I guess he doesn't have his bag. Yeah.
I can't feel my hands very much. That seems fine, right?
No. But let's give it a few minutes. Usually stuff like this wears
Okay.
off if it's gonna wear off.
How long would you
He
like
just like
to wait?
sits down.
Okay, you just sit down against the rock.
We gotta wait for Kid to get through and see
Oh,
how
that's
he
right.
does.
Yeah, kid, go ahead and roll me a dex check. A 13 will make it, yes. I love how you all went this way. There was literally another,
Yep.
but yep,
Yep.
yep,
Nope.
go through the mushrooms, for sure.
I mean, just
We ride or die, you know.
Yep,
Yep.
that makes sense.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see them now. I can actually see them now on the map. The little mushrooms right there. There are little mushrooms.
There are. It's very hard to see anything on the map.
I got all the way zoomed in, and now I can see it.
Yep.
It all makes sense.
It is very, very, not bright. What's the opposite of not bright? Can I actually change it so that you guys have a light? Hold on. Dynamic lighting.
I mean, I've got like a little light around Milo. It's
Yeah,
just
we've got a
blue
little bit
tinted.
of a light. Yeah, everything's like kind of washed out and tinty.
I see. I can probably give you a small low light. What if I do this?
You gave it, there. That cleared things up a bit.
How does that work? Okay. I almost
I didn't
wanna...
get it.
Hold on. You don't get it because you don't have a light with you.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I'm gonna give one to Kid as well.
Technically, yeah, because we both should be casting our
Yeah.
own little bubbles.
Does
Light,
that not help you
a
though?
little bit.
I feel like yeah, you guys are casting
It,
light. Okay.
it made things a little bit clearer, actually, for me too.
To be fair, this cave is like blue tinted because it's an underwater
Yeah.
cave. Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense.
Haha.
Technically, it should be. I mean, I'm totally cool with the radio because it's easier, but it's a 15-foot cone, and 30 foot beyond that is dim light. So it's 15 feet of bright light, and then 30 feet of dark light. But or dim light. But we're just kind of spinning around really fast all the time, just lighting it all up in a big circle.
Zoom.
Yep. I cannot do directional light, so I'm just going for the vibes, man. The vibes.
Dig it. All right. Well, it looks like there's some sort of. Does this look collapsed? Like
It
mine
looks
entrance?
like it was almost. Doesn't look like a mine entrance. It looks like somebody used some boards to try to like essentially climb up onto a ledge for some reason.
Mm,
Because this part of the cave is on a raised ledge. It like goes upwards and it goes into a much narrower passage.
Okay, put a pin in that, and we'll go check that out. And he'll poke his head down through this tunnel, assuming it's not filled with mushrooms.
It is not filled with mushrooms. This tunnel appears to be just, continuing in, for lack of a better words, just continuing on its way. I would say V, after about a minute, the stun spore will wear off.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I can move again.
You feel better there,
I'm
V?
fine.
Lou will also feel
Slightly. Oh God, it's dark. Hold on. Wait for me.
better. Yep.
Oh, hey, I see a web.
That's
Ah,
great. I'm sure that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
Yep.
All right. Do we want to go check out the web, or do we want to go check out? Looks like there's another tunnel that goes off to. What is our left or right on the map?
I mean, maybe there's a spider Pokemon? That might be kind of cool to see.
All right then. The web. Would you like to lead the way? I don't want to be the one to have to get through the web. How do we get through the web?
Me? Sure. Okay. Just pushes past Milo.
Okay. Do you just push the web aside?
He'll kind of like go up to it and see how big is it, and how maybe if he puts like one finger on it, if it's like super sticky or if it seems to like break.
It's a little bit sticky, but it's not super sticky by any means. You can just kind of push it aside and it sticks to your hand and close like a regular spider web does, but it's not.
Okay, it's not
It's
like.
not severely.
Right.
It looks
not
like,
like
child
big
catching
body.
size spider web. I didn't want to get near that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sitting there
He'll
like,
kinda
okay,
just,
how do
like,
we rescue V from
brush it away.
this?
Yeah. Go ahead and I guess V, are you just peeking in that direction or are you going over there?
He's probably just gonna go over there.
Okay. Alright. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
$18.
Alright. You go towards this way. You have pushed the spider web successfully out of the way, and you see that this leads to a little bit of an open cavern. And you actually see that on the bottom of this open cavern, there's a little miniature kind of divot where water has filled up. So, as you go further in, there's actually like a miniature little tide pool. And above this tide pool, right here, you see something has been carved into the wall. That reads, hold on.
Fuck off, losers.
Yummy space.
Yummy. Who's yummy? Interesting. Just for fun, he'll take a picture of it with his phone
Okay.
The
and
Ziploc
just
bags
like,
did not work.
well,
And your
he takes
phone's
it out of the
recording.
Ziploc.
No, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. It's
yeah,
like you go to
hopefully.
take it out, and it's like, by the way,
Right.
damn it.
Hopefully it worked and there's some sort of water resistance on our phones. If it didn't,
Mm-hmm.
It would be a problem.
is it okay, Chekhov?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I will
No,
say,
being that they're
for a
like
brief
wrote
second,
on
it is
phone,
super fucking bright in here when your flash goes off.
you would think with them using like wrote on phones, it would like have
Right?
built-in waterproofing.
You'd think, but I have no idea.
It depends on how
I also
long
don't
it's
know if
under.
ours are.
Yours are
Yeah,
probably. I mean, phones in general are a little bit waterproof to a certain extent.
a
Like, you
little
could
bit.
probably drop it into a puddle and it would be fine. But holding it
You say
underwater
that.
under. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but he just he takes a picture, blinds himself a little bit with the flash,
Yep.
and then realizes that he can use that as, a flashlight, and uses his phone as a flashlight to see.
Okay. Your battery. It'll drain your battery, something awful, but.
Just for like 20 minutes, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
What's this?
This appears to be a skull of some sort. You don't think that it was here originally. You think that this was just dragged over here because there are clear, like, scrape marks on it. You think whoever this Yimmy was, you're not sure, had
Super
dragged it over
edgelord.
here as a sort of, like, decoration, essentially.
Weird.
And
Is there
anything
anything
interesting back
in?
there?
I mean, someone named Yimmy thinks that they're super cool and like hardcore and put a skull in the corner.
Hardcore.
Like, I don't know who brings a skull into like their base. I guess. Why?
Can I pick
And then
up
he'll
the
go-
skull? Do we? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, he just goes over to the tide pool and like starts looking in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pick up the skull, go for it.
See if I can tell what it came from.
Sure, go ahead and roll me an Arcana.
Kana. 12.
12. Okay. You think this might actually be, well, it's a large skull, I will give you that. You don't know exactly what Pokemon it is, but the bones are not thick enough or heavy enough to make you think that it is a land-dwelling Pokemon. More likely something that was already a water type to begin with.
Fish bones.
Fish bones, yeah.
Big fish skull.
Big fish skull. Alright, well, I mean, it leads to a dead end, so at least, unless we want to try climbing up the cliff. Nope, that pretty much looks like a dead end.
Yeah. Is there like something in the tide pool, or does it go like into somewhere else, or is it just the puddle there?
It looks to be just a tide pool, but I guess roll me a perception. Or investigation if you're actually getting in there and, like, walking around.
Yeah, he'd get in there.
18, okay, very good. You wait, you kind of walk around in the tide pool, and after a second, using your phone, which really helps because it is bright as fuck, you see it glinting off of something colorful. And you reach in and you flip it over, and it glitters very prettily in your hand. It seems to be a scale, with a gradient from pink to blue.
Huh. Found a scale thing and it's really cool. And holds it up.
Interesting. hang on to it. Maybe it has value. Maybe it's used for like a Pokemon or something
Maybe.
like that.
Yeah.
You know,
It
we can
can,
ask
it can
a
become your
patient
good
about
luck charm.
it. Could be.
Yeah. Just slips it into his pocket.
You guys are gonna come back, kids just messing with the spider web this entire time, just trying to see if anything's around.
Hell yeah.
You're just
Trying to
messing with
summon
the
one.
spider web, like trying to figure out if there's like a spider in here.
Yeah, he's basically just like flicking one of the strands, because they react to vibrations on the web. He's just trying to see if anything comes out from him
I,
doing that.
I will say that V kind of ripped through the spider web pretty effectively when he was passing through here first, so you're doing it, but then at the same time you're like, it's kind of messed up. Might not be super, but just, out of curiosity, roll me a perception check since you're over there.
Hello, spiders. There's something in your web. Come to see. Nice.
Nah. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. This entire cave is actually pretty quiet.
Well,
Man.
I mean, I say we continue on our explorations down a different hallway and see what other things are hiding in here.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
giant spiders.
hopefully there's something cool down here.
Right? There has to be something. I found a scale and it's kind of shiny, but also some person named Yimmy was like, "This is my base. Go away."
Yeah,
And
I don't
said, "Fuck that."
recognize Yimmy or anything, so
Mm.
maybe put it on put it on Ruffler later and see if anybody knows what the fuck is up with
Just be
Yimmy.
like, haha, if this is you or you know who this is, haha, we're in your base.
We're in your base.
Stealing your...
That's a good question. Milo will kind of take his phone out and through the screen just turn it on. Do we even have signal down here?
Down here? No.
See, we thought we were going to be able to call for help if we got in trouble. That's not going to work. I have no signal.
Sure, it'll work if we get maybe closer if we're running.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know how well running is gonna do down here.
Yeah, we don't.
Depends
Some
on where
pretty
the water
narrow
comes from, I guess.
passageways. I don't know. Well, hopefully we don't have to find
We'll
out.
see. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
we'll see. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Anywho.
Alright,
The
let's
other
see which way
way.
we want.
Okay.
Down.
All right. Over here, the cave gets narrower and narrower, and as you slowly begin to walk through, you're having to kind of like not push between two walls of stone necessarily, but you're definitely having to be more careful.
We see more
However,
mushrooms.
you don't see more mushrooms. However, it does begin to slope up ever so slightly.
Alright. Well, maybe it's a natural way to get up where those. I guess they were supposed to be stairs. To get where they were leading.
What was supposed to be stairs?
That like wooden contraption that we walked past earlier. Looked like somebody tried to build stairs or a ramp or something. Hey, I need to use that hand for my mouse. I can't touch you all the time.
But
I
do you
can't move
though?
my Pokemon if I can't use my mouse.
I can't even tell if that's a cat or dog complaint.
It's Sky's up here, just nudging my hand out of the way.
Okay. As you get further into the cavern and you continue to scroll up, you actually begin to see up above you, as the path snakes up, there is actually another opening that seems to go up in a very sudden direction. Now, this climb would probably be impossible. However, you see that there are roots, as if roots of a tree, growing directly out of it. And kind of, threading themselves down and perhaps even feeding on some of the moisture that is in this rock. There's still room for you to climb up, but it definitely leads upwards, and you think you might be able to use these roots to climb your way to whatever this is leading to.
I like that. That sounds interesting. I want to go up there.
Sure.
The adventurer in me wants to do it. The 14-year-old in Milo is like, is this how I die?
Fair. You know what?
There's
That's
like
fair.
there's a moment he looks at, he's like, I haven't even touched a boob.
Milo has a brief attack like, but what if I die and I haven't touched a boob?
But eventually
Fuck
he'll
yeah,
just shake
climb,
it up.
let's go.
All right, up the tunnel. Let's go see where it leads.
I haven't even touched a boob.
I wish that discouraged more teenagers from doing stupid stuff. I wish it did. Unfortunately, seems
I
to
mean,
be
it's
less
not
effective
I will tell you,
than
discouraging
that.
enough.
Yeah,
as
not
a
even
former
discouraging.
14-year-old, it is a thought that comes across your mind, but it doesn't discourage you.
I
Nope.
wish it discouraged people a little more because honestly,
We'll climb up
You know.
the route.
okay, sounds good.
If Lou seems to be having trouble, Milo will just put him on his back.
Lou can roll me an athletics. Everybody has to roll me an athletics, except for I guess Milo because he has a climbing speed.
Yes. I have a Pokemon
Nice.
on my back.
Yeah, Lou tries to climb up and just does the scrapey thing.
I got you, buddy. Just hang on. Let's go.
Yep. However, one by one, you all crawl up the roots, grabbing pieces where it branches. Thankful that it seems to be relatively dry and easy to grip. And as you do so, you begin to hear, oddly enough, the sound of what sounds like surf. The waves rushing up and down the sand. And your curiosity pushes you to climb faster. And as you finally approach, you see an eerie source of light at the top of this tunnel, which you weren't expecting.
Where are we?
On a lone tree in the middle of the ocean.
Give me 1 second. Where's my surf? Where is my surf music?
You come pick us up. We're lost.
You wanna come take the boat over to like the middle of the ocean?
You
Somehow
know
we
that
ended up over
tree in the
here.
middle of the ocean? Yeah, that one.
We're on it.
We're on it. Tide came in while we were on the tree. Oh no.
But yeah, slowly, you approach this source of light and you exit, Milo, you leading the way, you exit into an unlikely sight. You exit slowly out of another cavern into a wide, almost cathedral-like cove that is, most surprisingly of all, drenched with sunlight that streams down from a hole far up in the dome above you. The floor is dotted with pockets of sand and also rocks that descend into rather unfathomable depths, if I have to be completely honest. There's some greenery that's growing
Weird.
here as well, taking advantage of the natural sunlight. But
Alright.
this is definitely something.
Where the hell are we?